and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we are taking a look at a piece of news that's fresh off the press. We're talking about XRP ledgers and central banks. So if you find this useful and informative, do go ahead and smash that like button because you know how much Chris really appreciates it. And if you're new to the channel and not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing you will be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right. Chris, shall we jump straight over to this piece of news, see what's going on with the XRP ledger, central banks, then take a look at the XRP chart, see what's going on there as well.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be a good one, Nick. Let's get straight into it.
Fantastic. Right. So Ripple is unveiling a push to bring XRP ledger to central banks, right? So let's take a look at this because this is kind of something that's gone in a little bit more detail than some of these other articles that we've come across. So amid an ongoing lawsuit with the US Securities and Exchange Commission, Ripple is pressing forward to bring the XRP ledger to central banks, right? So they're not just saying, oh God, we can't do anything, Chris. Not whilst they're being sued from the SEC. It's everything has to stop. We'll just stop trading XRP. We'll just not do anything. We'll wait to see what happens. No, they're pushing ahead, then they're not slowing down. There's an opportunity and they're going after it, right? So the cross-border payments company is looking to hire 3 central bank technical partner managers, right? So they're not just after like 1 or 2 or anything like that. They're looking for 3 key people to help push this this XRP ledger onto central banks, because ultimately there's been lots of talk from banks requesting help with how to build stablecoins on the XRP ledger, right? So this has now spurred basically Ripple to go ahead here and hire 3 central bank technical partner managers, right? So these guys will be in offices, right? So one for each of its offices. This is the San Francisco office, the New York office, and the London office, okay? So they're basically geo-targeting these offices, and they're going to be helping central banks utilize the XRP ledger. So whoever fills out these new positions, and Chris, I mean, London's not too far. Are you interested?
I'm interested. Are you interested?
I'm interested. It's not too far.
We just need
a technical partner manager for that. Yeah, sure. So, if anyone's interested, go apply. If you're near San Francisco, New York, or London, they're after 3 of you guys. So whoever fills the positions will be tasked with designing and deploying central bank digital currencies, at least the projects. And I mean, it just sounds perfect for you because you're a project manager anyway, right?
Yeah.
So Ripple notes that banks can issue stablecoins on the XRP ledger, right? The XRPL. So here's a quote, right? So built for payments, XRPL can also be used to support the issuance of stablecoins with a unique fungible token functionality called issued currencies. Issued currencies is designed to be the ideal stablecoin platform, providing simple but rich management functionality for the issuer that makes it easy to create, issue, and manage any asset, including stablecoins. And this is obviously, it's obvious if you really think about it, considering that Stellar Lumens is pretty much a copy of the XRPL with a few tweaks here and there. And they do absolutely, and pun again, Chris, stellar work with getting stablecoins issued on the Stellar Lumens network, right? So it's no surprise that the XRPL can facilitate this exact need. But obviously the bonus here is if it's on the XRPL, then ultimately XRP is going to basically be very, very efficient at being that bridge currency between all of those stablecoins. So the more central banks that potentially build on the XRP ledger would ultimately utilize XRP as that bridge between them all, which would be just absolutely fantastic. So continuing here, last week, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, this is the OCC, announced that banks can use stablecoins for payments while serving as a node on an independent node verification network, so an INVN. So, that was also absolutely fantastic news because in the US, they're basically able to operate a node. They're able to use stablecoins as payments. Things are definitely progressing very nicely according to the roadmaps that we've talked about quite frequently here, Chris, right?
Yeah.
So Ripple, known for its high turnover, is currently advertising for 27 open positions in total. The company has also recently hired this guy, I'm not going to pronounce that name, to serve as its new senior vice president of engineering. And I'm just going to call him 𝗕𝗪𝗠, maybe. I'm awful with names. But this is absolutely fantastic news that, despite what the SEC are trying to do, Ripple are still pushing forward with some of the major objectives that they have set for themselves. So really good to see this really positive news for Ripple and for the XRP ledger and XRP cryptocurrency. Now, if we take a look at the XRP chart here, we can obviously see the turbulent ride that we've had, the unfortunate SEC lawsuit as we come down here, and even that low point at 17.5 cents. But we have recovered shortly at just up here. Now, most of the time, I would not have, it's definitely a tight one to see. Could we come back down and test this zone? It's possible for sure. One of the things that would be concerning me is the fact that we haven't actually been higher wick-wise than this one here. And I'm just going to mark this very loosely. I'll delete this afterwards because it wouldn't be very good of me to draw it on there without. But if I mark that right there, we haven't been able to get past this line. That's a little problematic because we would expect that we want to get past that former high level. So yeah, understandable that we did take that slight dip. Now, obviously, when Bitcoin was crashing, XRP also crashed, right? So we were up here, we've come down here, but that's not a huge movement in comparison to other, altcoins. So at the moment, we're okay. Annoying that we are below that support level at 30 cents. We want to get above there in the short term for sure. And really want to start scoping out how this thing's going to potentially move going forward, because ultimately a lot of this structure was ruined when that lawsuit hit, right? So now we have to kind of start a new structure. So really interesting to see how this plays out. Ultimately, if I were to throw a tiny Fibonacci on here, we could say, okay, what was that low point there? What was that high point? How much has our recent retracement actually been? And ultimately, we hit that 50% retracement. We're up here again on that line of the, I think it's the 61.8 Fibonacci. So we want to get past all of that stuff and move on up. Lots of consolidation around that 70 Fibonacci level. And yeah, so ultimately not enough data to really make any informed decisions. Kind of just riding the storm at the minute. We've been buying XRP, haven't we, Chris? All pretty much. This was fantastic buying opportunity. I think we did most of ours in this zone here. Not the bottom at this point, but fantastic purchasing opportunities that we took advantage of. Lots of fear out there as well, isn't there, Chris?
Yeah, and it's for me, is it justified to be as fearful as people are? Like, this market's just so emotional, and I think that's why the real skilled traders do so well in this market, because there's so many people that just literally buy and sell based on their emotions, and that behavior is really predictable, right? So yeah, some fantastic buying opportunities, just like the other day when Bitcoin dropped. Again, fundamentally another day to make some more purchases.
Absolutely. I mean, what is it that you always say, Chris?
Buy that fear.
You buy that fear. as he's wearing his hoodie there, buy that fear. So yeah, I mean, looking at the chart here on the daily, because I'm a long-term investor anyway, so generally don't try to go deeper than 1 day. Obviously we can look at all the hourly stuff, but not really that interested in it. I want to see the daily candles, I want to see the weeklies, and I want to see the monthlies, right? But the MACD is looking pretty good here on the daily. The RSI is looking pretty good. It's not oversold, it's not overbought, it's slap bang in the middle. So everything's looking pretty tidy here on the daily XRP chart. Obviously, we're coming up against resistance. It would be nice to be able to push through it and also push past this 36.9 that's been a bit of a hindrance. It's very frustrating that we haven't got past that wick as well on the 25th of December. That high point, I want to see that cross. I need to see that cross to have a little bit more confidence that there's not some downside still to come. But with that said, at these prices, back up here, guys, back up here, everyone was like, oh, I wished it was just a little bit lower so I could buy some more. Your wishes kind of came true. Unfortunately, a Christmas present from the SEC, not necessarily, what everybody wanted for Christmas, but fundamentally, everyone was complaining that they ultimately wanted to buy more, but it was a bit higher. How low can it go? Can I buy it down here? And we've had that ability to continue purchasing at very reasonable rates. So long may that exist for a while longer. I'm confident that the whole lawsuit thing is going to blow over. And I'm quite happy to just sit here and hold XRP for the long term, Chris. And I think you are too.
Yeah, completely am, Nick. Our position in XRP has actually increased since the news, not decreased. We haven't sold anything. We've only been buying. For me, this is a US issue that everybody's got way too emotional about. And, most of the business that Ripple do is outside of the US anyway. And XRP is traded, all over the world, not just in the US. So I can only see this going one way, and that's that XRP and Ripple are going to continue to do what XRP and Ripple do with the US or without the US, or as a security in the US or not a security in the US.
I know, right? So I've actually just brought up the kin chart as well, guys, because ultimately this is an example of what happens, right? So, Kick Interactive, the project, were basically being sued by the SEC for selling unregistered securities, and that's the kin token. Okay, so they had the lawsuit, it was all launched, right? And downward action, and basically over here, they basically were found guilty. Okay, they were found guilty, and they were fined $5 million. And the exact time after they were found guilty, it shot up, right? We had 961% growth after they were found guilty of selling these unregistered securities. And that happened in 7 days. It was a 7-day period from being found guilty. So could you just imagine what XRP could hit if, even if they're found guilty, which I don't think they will be, right? So if they are, I'm still expecting some massive, massive gains. In the 66 days since they were found guilty, there was a high point here that drove them up 1,902%. So even the guilty projects, they still thrive afterwards, guys. So the fear is out there. It is strong, absolutely. But I'm not buying into that fear. I am buying it up. And I am strengthening my position on XRP, and long may this continue. And the second that it gets closed, I'm expecting to see some significant price discovery for XRP.
I was just going to say, Nick, for me, it's a great opportunity, like you've said, to purchase more. Hopefully, it will continue for a little bit longer, so we can fill up our bags just a tad more. But with all of that said, my expectation of things is that we're going to see a settlement that works out for all parties involved, and I think that's what Ripple have been holding out for. They're after the clarity, and SEC haven't been willing to give it to them up to this point. So we'll see how that one sort of unfolds, won't we, Nick? But for me, we'll probably get a bit of hate for saying our opinion, but that's kind of how I view it. And obviously none of the stuff that we talk about in this video is financial advice.
Absolutely. So guys, if you found it useful and informative, do go ahead and smash that like button, because you know how much Chris appreciates it, and so do I. And as always, if you're new to the channel and not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And with all that said, we hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Take care.